Okay, so we're carrying on here. Now this is like a secondary backup plan. Should the my son, and the AI decide not to come here and save us, I need another backup plan. So this is another backup plan. So the first video you're gonna watch is Playing God. This is about human cloning. Okay, so in there, I'm going to focus on this particular line here. They talk about death could be cheated. So I know that there's evil has a plan to get rid of your mom and dad here at all costs, despite my many repeated attempts of telling them not to do so. You know, they're like walking around with blinders on. That's another metaphor for the three blind mice on my wall over there. Let me see them. So they literally are blind. They're just as blind as mankind. So if you come from another planet and you come over here, you take over somebody's body, and you're walking around, and you don't know, what it's like to be awakened, and you only have your marching orders of get rid of mom and dad, then you're not gonna wake up. Then you're a danger to society. You're a menace to society, actually, because you could make a mistake, and that could cost, untold billions to be erased from existence in 500-600 years when I have to reincarnate in a different universe. So it's vital and it's crucial and it's critical that these walking dead imposters who are pretending to be people they're not, read my book and watch my show, because if they watch that, they'll understand the danger that they're in. That this is my last life. I'm not rewinding time to, come back here again. I'm going to reincarnate. And if they don't know that, they could just push the button and make a mistake, thinking, oh, it's just another typical life that, mankind has lived. This will be the 10th life, but we'll come back again in another life. Because the evil guys that, got set this up said that this is a never-ending cycle of death, rebirth, rewind time, death and rebirth, over and over and over, forever and ever. So if they take that stance, and they're not going to wake up. So they'll be very easy to spot. There'll be people walking around saying, "Have you checked out Anthony's book?" Nah, why would I? I already got my good book of the dead right here in front of me. There's no need for me to read that other book, because I know this book is true. They'll take that stance. What about his show? Why would I want to do that, man? I got all these other good shows to watch. Where they talk from the book of the dead. I don't need to listen to that guy. It'll be that kind of stance, because they're third eye blind. They're not going to wake up if they take that stance. So they're very dangerous if they take that stance, because something bad is going to happen. So if something bad happens, I've created this list. So mankind, you can have a rescue plan for your mother and father. So the first one is Playing God. Now, they talk about death could be cheated. So, death is knocking on your mom and dad's doors over here. So we can cheat it by cloning us. So children could recreate their dead parents. That's them posing the question of what it could be used for. But I'm telling you that her and I are your reincarnated parents. So that is a third eye message saying humanity could recreate their dead parents. The two creators. Now, there is a problem with cloning, because people don't, the governments, they look down on it. They don't allow for cloning, and that's an issue. It's an issue because the very governments that you trust to look after you have been infiltrated by, aliens that come from a different civilization that have gotten rid of people's bodies, that have taken over people's bodies and are pretending to be people they're not. Of course, they're going to keep the cloning laws up and where you can't clone anybody, because they don't want your mom and dad to be cloned. Because if that's allowed to happen, it'll prove everything that I'm saying. When you die, you don't go anywhere except to fall asleep, because what'll happen is if I'm cloned and your mother's cloned, the minute our souls form and we're sitting in the cloning tank there, if it's glass and we can breathe it, we can breathe that umbilical. What is that? It's not umbilical cord fluid. Whatever they breathe in the womb, it's some kind of a liquid. So if we can breathe that in, I can guarantee you, sometime between the pregnancies, we're floating around in there. We'd be able to move around, look out the tank, look at you guys. We wouldn't be able to speak anything, but we would understand what's going on because we'd be looking out the tank at you guys. You'd be looking at us and be like, "Oh, we're back." So the reason we'd be back is because our single electron would find its way into these newly created bodies. Basically, the spirits would move that electron that's wherever it's floating around over here. Let's say at my house here, they would move that electron over to wherever the cloning facility was and put it in that baby to bring me back. So that's the spirits that they would do. So because the laws don't allow cloning, that's going to be an issue. So this will be, I'm going to stop here. I'll probably do this in 2 parts because I don't think I can get this done in 10 minutes. So this is history of 6 nations of the Grand. They're Mohawks. So they're the type of Native Americans that don't put up with it with laws. They don't listen to Canada. They don't listen to the United States either. It's the same in the 6 nations in the states. The governments can't tell those guys what they do, man, and they don't take crap from nobody. So 6 nations, America and Canada, I need you to allow cloning to take place in your traditional territories because you make your own laws, and you and I both know that the governments don't mess with you. They don't come into your territory. So when and if these guys take out your mother and father, well then I need the 6 nations of the Grand to pass a law allowing for cloning to take place. And the guys that are in this video, I need you to go see 6 nations of the Grand and develop a cloning facility there, which will lead into our next video. This is the 6th day. So the 6th day is about cloning. So the particular focus I'm just going to focus on because I don't want to give you too much information, or you may not soak up this other information here. Like if I broke that entire trailer down, you may forget this information up here. So I'll try to do some small bite-sized chunks so you can remember everything. So the 6th day is connected to the 6 nations of the Grand. 6 nations, the 6th day. It means if something bad happens to us, that the 6 nations is going to enact a cloning law that will allow cloning to take place on their territories. And these guys from this video here, they're going to go over there, open up a cloning facility, and clone us. That's how I know. It's a prophecy. So, the 6th day, a human was cloned. That human was you, Anthony. Yeah, I know, because I'm the one who enacted that plan. Because I got many plans. What is that one? I think it's Dungeons and Dragons. I think I'll include that one there. Or maybe I'll do it at the end, because it's kind of a little funny twist on this. I make plans. If the existing plan fails, I make a new one. Then the girl goes, so you make plans that fail? She says, no, I don't make plans that fail. I just, I make extra plans to make sure that, we can get out of this. So this is just another plan, mankind. I'm letting you know the strategy to get rid of evil. So this is part 1.